You're listening to the Tortoise and the Hare Experience.
You can just pour the sugar into my hand, or just face it directly into my
'Cause
face.
The sweet and sour has a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
so-
Well, so you're saying that I'm fat?
No, I'm saying that I was trying to think of you, Miss Health Conscious, gluten free, yada yada yada.
Exactly.
That is
Extra
the
sugar,
voice
please.
of
Elder
Drew,
flour.
who Max has been talking about
Yes.
earlier in the program. And thank you for bringing us our drinks. Really
Yeah, you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome. I made them too.
Awesome.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Welcome. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. And if you could just
Turtle.
real quick tell us what we're having.
Maxie.
Well, you're having an extra
Whoops.
dirty martini
Awesome.
with 3 olives. He's having Grey Goose and soda, and she's having an elderflower martini, which consists of Grey Goose, Hendrick's gin, and sweet and sour, and Saint Germain.
It'll probably kill me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
delicious.
but
all
that's the
good.
best way to die. Like,
That's right. I'm happy.
Now, how long have you been here?
In LA,
No, at the Eclectic.
about 3.5, 4 months.
3.5, 4 months.
Yes.
And what lured you here to this establishment?
Well, job market's thin nowadays, and especially in LA. And I had a wonderful, amazing friend that pulled me over and helped me get a job here. And it's a great people to work for, and I love this place.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and a little known fact about Drew. Drew is an amazing singer. He's
No way.
amazing. Yeah, he is.
Now the truth comes
Yeah,
out.
so
All right.
You
gotta-
struggling artists, like
Yeah.
in LA.
like
Yeah.
everybody in
Yeah.
LA,
All been there.
all the bartenders
Yeah.
and waitresses, they're all artists. You can catch Drew here at the Eclectic. It's the Eclectic Fine Food and Spirits. It's on Lancashire Boulevard in North Hollywood in the NoHo district, where all the artsy, fartsy people are.
TheEclectic.com. That's where you can go.
Right.
And, make your reservations, check out the menu.
Check out Drew. Check out
Drew.
Eric. Ooh.
Check me out, especially,
I'm telling you that, they are the best looking, staff I've seen in a long time.
Well, he's pulling off the bald hair with the kind of
GQ.
scruff going on.
Mhm.
I would love to try to pull that look off.
It's the rugged.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It's
Yeah, I
the
can't.
sexy
No.
rugged look.
It's it's totally
Yeah.
sexy
sexy.
rugged
Right,
look.
right.
That's, yeah.
Tell me about you making drinks. Do you have a method to your madness, or what's your philosophy?
It's consistency and kind of what they taught me here, and they want consistency, and so I kind of just do how I learned.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the way it's all done here.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about this place is that that when you order something and it's great and you come back, it's going to be great again. There's
True.
never any up
Yeah.
and down. It's always great. So I love that.
Very cool. Well,
Drink to
Yeah.
that.
yeah, thank you, Drew,
Thank
for
you,
making our
Drew.
drinks.
You're welcome.
Really
Cheers.
appreciate
I'm
it.
going to head back to the bar
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
There are there's some people there.
You'll have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, you too.
Yay, Drew Redden. Woo.
Yeah. Make sure to stop off at Eclectic and check them out. You
agree.
saw him, now see him
Cheers.
in person. It's really cool.
How is the elder flour?
It's
Can I
very,
just try a
very
sip?
good.
I just got to
Yeah,
try it.
don't get me sick.
I've never heard of it. Oh, no. I think I was more hungover than anything else.
See, now the truth comes
No,
out
maybe,
about.
maybe a little more than that.
Do you want to try this?
I do.
That's
I
good.
do.
That's very sweet. It's almost like lemonade.
Yeah, that's why he
kick.
wouldn't give me extra sugar.
right.
He's like, you're fat enough.
That's like lemonade with a kick. Yeah.
I
It's
normally
like
don't
acidic at the
drink,
same
as
time.
all of you know. I'm not a drinker.
I know that.
But I'm experiencing. So,
Right.
Right.
Your experience.
We
yeah,
already
Right.
experienced.
I'm trying to be a
There's a
grown
time
up.
and place for everything.
I'm trying to be a grown up,
You
know.
are. You're a big girl.
I am. I got my big boots on today.
Big little girl.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Right. Little girl.
So, what do we have in store for you now?
Well, I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be doing a record on Frontiers, actually.
Okay.
That's a European label.
That's like they're swooping
Oh,
all
they
of the
are.
rock
all
guys
the 80s
out.
and 90s bands. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're swooping them.
Craig Goldie
Yeah.
played with Dio. Him and I wrote some songs together a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, kind of was sitting on a shelf collecting dust. We wanted to do something with it because we were staying at my house at the time. And what do? We write songs and, some drinks. So all of a sudden they heard it because he's been out doing Dio Disciples. And so basically they decided, we want to put like a super group around this kind of thing, you know. So they got Goldie, myself, Vinny Appice on drums, and
Vinny.
Sean McNabb on bass.
Can't get
And,
better than that.
Yeah, and there's one song that we wrote called "Living Out Loud." They pretty much even tentatively want to call the band that right now, "Living Out Loud." Right? I know. I'm like, but
Maybe.
it's a tentative. Maybe it's
Maybe.
we're not sold on it, but yeah. But I just like the fact that it's going to finally do something. It's been sitting, like I
Right.
said, collecting dust on a shelf. You know?
Yeah. Well, you can't. When you have, you're already in a band called the Moby Dicks. You
Right.
can't top that name.
Right.
You just
exactly.
can't.
Especially when you're the lead dick. But I'm pumped.
Right. So who are the members of the Moby Dicks now?
Well, it's Brian Tishy.
Mhm.
obviously,
Always.
Tishy. Brent Woods.
Nice.
In fact, but he's going to be out with Sebastian, so we're going to use Mitch Perry for the Vegas gig.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Everybody
Michael
loves
Devin.
Mitch
It's
Perry.
usually Michael Devin or James Lomenzo on bass normally. It's usually those one or the other. And
Nice.
Stephen LeBlanc on keyboards, who played with
Oh.
Jason also.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So,
a hot band.
so
Very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so a couple of the Frontier thing, I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully maybe we'll go over and play a bunch of the European festivals next summer, and it's some songs that, like I said, I co-wrote. And then I'm doing another thing, I was just telling you, it's called Super Troop, and it's a bunch of shows in the East Coast and Midwest, and it's Kelly Garney, who used to be the bass player for Quiet Riot when Randy Rhoads was the guitar player.
Okay.
So he goes way back,
Like real
And-
quiet.
Yeah.
right?
yeah. And this a guitar player named Scott LaFlamme, who played with Bang Tango and a few other people.
Yeah.
He kind of
Oh, that's
spearheaded it.
back in the day.
And- yeah, exactly. He's been around. He did the Randy Rhoads tribute that with us back when we
Right.
did it on the East Coast. And Matt Starr, who plays with Ace Frehley on drums.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's not busy, I might get Tishy or somebody like that.
Well,
hopefully.
and speaking
I'm
of
not supposed to say that yet, but anyway, too late. Oh well.
Nice. Thank
Oh,
you.
well.
speaking of Ace
Exclusive.
Frehley's
Oh,
and
well.
being Ace Frehley's drum in particular, Anthony Esposito, who was his
Lynch Mob.
yeah, from Lynch Mob,
Yeah,
who was
that's
also
who I
with
sang with, too.
Ace.
Right.
He recorded the last record, and he
Right.
gave my son for his birthday Ace's drums
Oh really?
that he played on.
Oh wow.
So that's
That's pretty
a
cool.
little odd
Yeah, it's a
connection
little-
right there.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's my other friend. I played with Lynch Mob, Scotty Coogan. He played with Ace Frehley too when I was
Mm-hmm.
with Lynch Mob. And he's going back now because Matt's doing Mr. Big. Because unfortunately, Pat
Mr.
Torpy.
Big?
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Very
Pat
cool.
Torpy, the original drummer, has slight Parkinson's, has early
Right.
stages of Parkinson's. So
Yeah.
he's not able to do the tour in October, November. So Matt's going to do that, and then Scotty's stepping back in to do Ace Frehley. See, this music industry, the hard rock, heavy metal, it's a very incestuous
Yeah.
world.
It
okay?
is.
It's a small circle, but we all know each other. Most of it, and we're all, no, everybody's usually, most people are cool with each other, and we're all just out to help one another. And it's like, hey, I'm busy. Hey, call so and so.
Right,
It's
right.
like that.
And
It's-
speaking of that,
you know.
I am always available
That's
to
right.
sing back up for you, go on the road.
Right on.
Turtle will let me go. Then
Yeah, go
my
ahead.
personal assistant. Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't do that, but I will sing.
Into the
There's
mic.
none of
Sing into the mic,
that.
darling. That's all.
Oh, you're funny. He's funny. He's got jokes. This guy.
Hey, I know.
Well, Chaz, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. And thank you so
This
much
has been
for
fun.
letting us, go through your huge catalog of
Right.
music. That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
awesome.
It's like it's not that huge, but but
I mean, it's
You know.
pretty extensive.
Thank you.
We're kind of going through the years.
yeah, that's true. I went
like
back
that.
to like 96, 97, I think.
Yeah.
So
You're not planning any vasectomies or anything
No,
like
no,
that. Okay. Well, we just
No,
want
I
to be
still-
up on that kind of facts,
no, I know. I'm not-
here
no,
on the
no,
Tortoise
no.
and the Hare Experience.
I still might be able to. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? Those little swimmers are still pretty strong. You never know. I might. You never know. The right woman.
Okay.
Oh, you want to hear a funny story? You want to hear
Yeah.
one really funny story?
Sure.
Okay, because I was saying like the whole thing. Like I wish they had smartphones back then. I couldn't ask. Here's a funny story. I really wish I'd had a smartphone. So the first time I meet Jimmy Page is at my ex-manager's daughter's 16th birthday party. Okay. and
What
he
did you do?
No, it wasn't me. I was a good boy. I was a good boy, believe it or
It's
not.
a
I know,
first.
it's hard to believe, right? And he shows up with a friend who I'd known, and I know they'd been out to dinner. And like I said, Chris Squire had already come, and she's like, "Oh, Uncle Chris." I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Chris Squire," because I'd been with the Bonham Band probably about 6 months or so. But now I'm realizing, because she grew up with these people. Her father's been in the industry. He worked for Atlantic and signed AC/DC and managed Robert and Jimmy and Paul Rogers, and the list goes on. So it's like Uncle Chris. Oh my God. Okay. So then later on, we were doing this tour with motocross guys at the time, and all these guys, younger guys, are coming in and out, baseball caps and denim jackets, and one after another, like, hey, how are you guys? Hey, So then later on, I saw I go into the kitchen to grab a beer, and the lights were dimmed, and I see the door opens again, and there's this another guy with a baseball cap and a denim jacket, and then I see my manager standing there talking to him and their friend, and then he looks over and he sees me and he goes, oh, this is our singer Charles. Yeah, hi, how are you? And then I went down and I went, oh shit, that's our friend that was out to dinner with Jimmy. And I realized that guy in the baseball cap and the denim jacket was Jimmy Page.
Oh.
So the first time, so thank God I realized, and I popped back up real quick and said, oh, it's a pleasure to meet you,
Wow.
So, but then the funniest, but later on, so like I said, it was his daughter's 16th birthday party, and this is 97. So what was big in the summer of 97 was called a Magarena.
Oh, right.
So here's her and a bunch of her girlfriends doing the Magarena, right? Doing the Magarena, right? In the main living room. Like there's about 10, 16-year-old, 17-year-old girls, okay? And the girl I was with at the time was a dance instructor. She's kind of leading the way. And Jimmy and I and my Brett Jason come out of the side room after we were hanging out for a bit, listening to music, and he would listen to one of our records, some of the new stuff we had just recorded, wasn't even released. And then next thing you know, he starts doing the Magarena with the girls. Yeah. And I'm like, that's what I mean. That's a time when I wish I'd had a video smartphone to have this. Because
Right.
nobody would believe this.
Right.
Jimmy
No.
Page is doing the Magarena. But that's how cool he is. He's just so down to earth. He
Yeah.
was having fun,
Yeah,
And-
that's
right.
It's true because I had a party at my house in Sherman Oaks when I moved back out here, and I had been gone for a while, and
Right.
you were there, and it was
Right,
when
that's right. Right after Ronnie
when
passed.
Ronnie passed.
Yeah.
Like we got
The
the
next
news.
day.
It was that day. We got the news that day.
Well, that morning he had
Right.
passed. You're right.
So
You're right.
I had probably more rock stars in my house at that moment than anywhere in Hollywood. And
Yep.
everybody was singing, and there was a vocal group that these guys that were on tour with Jesus Christ Superstar, and they did an a cappella version of Rosanna.
I remember that.
Because
Toto?
yeah,
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
Lucathers
Right.
were there,
Right.
and they just busted it out,
Right.
and it was so amazing. And
Yeah.
I wish that we had a recording,
That's what I'm saying. I
smartphone
know.
for that.
Right.
No, I
Yeah.
don't, because it's a good cherished memory.
Yeah,
It's
right.
Oh,
something
yeah.
that's like
That was an
A
amazing.
unique-
Oh yeah, but if I had
Yeah.
video of Jimmy Page doing the Magarena with a bunch of 16-year-old
Right,
girls,
that
Come on.
moment, and then we did
Yeah.
a circle out in the bubbles. Remember, with the bubbles,
that was
and I
beautiful.
had glitter, and
Yeah.
and everybody prayed,
Yeah.
and
Glitter and
making-
bubbles, that's
yeah,
right, I
and
remember.
the bubbles like came up, and there was a huge glitter bubble, and everybody was praying, and it just like went out. It was really amazing.
right? It
It
was
was a very special day.
sending out to the universe.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, for Ronnie.
Well, we are going to
Yeah.
send some more stuff out into the universe, and what a perfect opportunity to play Halos for
Yeah.
Ronnie.
yeah,
that's
a
for
beautiful
Ronnie
spiritual song,
and
yeah.
Drew and
Yeah.
Robin and
Mhm.
all the people that we just lost, and Jimmy.
That's just,
Jimmy Jameson.
yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, Chaz, thank you again for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
Twitter.com/Chaz West, and then I will have the Facebook link as
Yeah.
well.
It's the official page of Jazz West.
It's like totally official and
It's
everything.
official. It's got to be
Right?
official.
Everybody's all about official these days.
It's official.
So let's get into that. And dude, major show. The show continues.
It does.
Tons of guests.
DC Doyle coming up.
Oh,
I'm
I
so
can't wait.
excited
I am
to
too.
talk to her about this amazing book that she has.
Yep, we're gonna have the book and everything. Thanks again for coming
My
on.
pleasure. Thank
And
you. Thank
we-
you.